My screen is visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. So we'll start with the second part of chapter 2. My assignments are due actually. I was caught up in some other work. Array. So my assignments are due. Maybe in a day or two, I'll give you the assignments. 2 assignments are due actually. There are 5 assignments that you need to do. 2 assignments are due. I'll give in between a day or two. I'll give you the assignments. Okay. So we come to the second part of our chapter 2. This is job analysis. Let me start the recording. Okay. So when I say job analysis, as I had, we had started with human resource planning, and somewhere in between that human resource planning, I had given you a small concept of job analysis, where job analysis basically means like a detailed or a systematic examination of the job. Detailed or a systematic examination of the job. It is basically where we, so it is a detailed and specific examination of the job where we collect information about the job. When I say information, it is basically the knowledge, the skills, the experience or the ability that is required to perform that job. When we say knowledge, we define knowledge as the degree to which that job holder must have, or the specific technical knowledge that that person have to do the job. When we talk about skill is defined as like the adequate performance on the task, like skill in handling the tools, skill in handling the equipments, or the adequate performance that is expected from a person who is handling a machinery. When we talk about abilities refers to your physical or material capabilities that are needed to perform a job. Like you should know how you to handle a tool, how to handle a equipment, how to handle a machinery. So these 3 main things are required, called as knowledge, skill and ability, for which a job will be considered as complete. A person having knowledge, skill and ability, if performs that job, it will be considered as they are like the job has been done. So like job analysis is basically like where we are, as I had given you, or as I had said, like it is a systematic analysis and examination of the job. Systematic analysis and yes. और कोई ज्वाइन होने वाला है, एक साथ ज्वाइन हो जाओ यार. हाँ. So the job holder must have the requisite job related knowledge so that the job is easily carried on. And when we are doing an analysis of the job, please remember that we are doing analysis of the job. We are not doing an analysis of the person. When we are doing analysis of that person and that job, we are doing a performance analysis or performance management. So as we move, let's see what we have. So when we talk about a job, we are basically talking about the position, we are talking about the job specification, and we are talking about the job description. Job specification and job description are 2 elements of job analysis, which are essential to do the evaluation of the job. Why do we do an evaluation of the job? So that we can fix a compensation on the basis of like what is a job that has to be done, what is a requirement that has to be done, and how that person is doing. Now we have to define certain terms. Like when we talk about a job, what is a job? It is a group of tasks that must be performed for an organization to achieve its goal. When we talk about a position is collection of tasks and responsibilities performed by one person. There is a position for every individual in every organization. So when we talk about a position, it is basically we are focusing on one individual person or one individual position. It is a collection of tasks, it's a collection of responsibilities that has to be done by one person. Then we talk about job specification. These are the statements of the needed knowledge, skill and ability, as I had defined you right now, of the person who will be performing that job. When it is a job description, it is a statement of task, duties and responsibilities of a job to be performed. We will be elaborating it further. where does this job where does this job analysis has evolved, or how it has come into origin. It has a very strong history, and it has, like, appropriately we cannot tell like who has given the concept of job analysis. But then way back in 1922, this Russian researcher Maurice Vitals was one of those first industrial organizational psychologists who has introduced a concept of job analysis, and he has used this method of job analysis to choose employees for a trolley car company. Later on, your management experts, or your management gurus, they like Frederick Taylor and Lillian Gilbreth, they have conceptualized the concept of job analysis. Later on also we say, like, Frederick Taylor, while coming out with a scientific management, is actually the origin of job analysis, that I'll be telling you in further slides. So when we talk about a job analysis, what it is a systematic process of obtaining information about the skills, duties, and knowledge required for performing in a job. The HR managers use the information to develop job descriptions and job specification that are the basis for recruitment, training, employee performance appraisal, and career development. The ultimate purpose of job analysis is to improve the organizational performance and productivity, and some way it is related with human resource planning also. Now, when we talk about the historical perspective, like I had said, it was actually Frederick Taylor who was, when he was coming up with scientific management. So what he had told, according to him, it is like job analysis is a, like, when he had conducted his scientific management experiments, so he had given a concept of job analysis, which was initially conducted to improve the efficiency of the worker. Now that is why we always called as Frederick Taylor, the father of scientific management, as the original analyst of the original contributor to job analysis. Taylor, who had studied the work, like he had broken down the work into different parts, like it was easy for people to do. Like he had broken the job into the very smallest identifiable components, and he had determined like what is the best way to perform that job, what is the best way to perform, like who will be doing that job, like that is why he had given a concept of division of labor. Now during the 20th century, most of the work that was done is actually done by the family firms, and it was done, or otherwise it was done by the craftspeople. Okay, so they had learned their, somebody who is an ironsmith or somebody who is a carpenter would be training his or her son, would be training their son to do the same thing, like craftspeople jisko bole jate hain. Somebody who is into agriculture will always be focusing, their children will always be focusing on doing that agriculture part. Agriculture. So it was it was during the Industrial Revolution. In the early 1900s, the manufacturing factories came up. Like people started going into doing heavy skilled manufacturing. There was use of higher machinery. So people who were skilled in their own crafts, people who were skilled in their own crafts, they started making a decision of like moving on from their crafts and going and performing in those industries. So scientific management was one such era that came up where they totally removed the autonomy, and they converted the crafts. उन्होंने जो सीखा था, they converted the crafts into very simplified jobs, and it was performed by unskilled laborers. Then slowly and easily they were trained for this task. Like somebody who do not belong to that craft was actually given the task of doing it, and then simultaneously they were trained. Simultaneously it was easily converted from unskilled to skilled laborers. So Frederick Taylor from scientific management was one such person who was the original originator of this job analysis term. Now we have another Elton Mayo, who was given the Hawthorne studies. She was also said she was also one of people are continuously joining. Like this is something distracting me. Oof. Now, next one is your Hawthorne studies, which is given by Elton Mayo. Elton Mayo conducted the experiment in between 1927 to 1933. The very this Kalyani Jadhav is not able to join and it is creating a problem. Okay, so from 10 to 11 will people continuously go on joining? मैंने आपको 10 मिनट पहले आपको दिया है लिंक, लाइक यू कैन ज्वाइन इफ यू वांट टू ज्वाइन इन द क्लास. 10 मिनट में आप ज्वाइन कर सकते हो. डोंट गो ऑन कंटिन्यूअसली ज्वाइनिंग द क्लास. नाउ इट्स 10:20. If you want to be in a class, please be in the time. Please be in time. Continuously आपका joining चल रहा है 10 like 9:50 से 10:20 तक continuously आप join कर रहे हो. So Elton Mayo is another one of the originators of this job analysis. Like after the scientific management movement in between 1927 to 1932, she has also conducted some of the experiments in the name of Hawthorne studies. She has conducted in the Western Electric. Western Electric is one of the companies where like either you people go on joining the class or I am going to stop teaching you and like join करते जाओ आप लोग. You have been continuously been like join कर रहे हो. जब भी मैं पढ़ाना स्टार्ट करती हूँ आप लोग join कर रहे हो.
मैडम कल से 10 के बाद ये नहीं मत करो किसी को भी.
मैं अभी अरे वो कंटिन्यूस एक साउंड आता है लाइक आई हैव टू.
मैम सबको डिस्टर्ब होता है.
वो कंटिन्यूसली एक साउंड आता जाता है. मैं इग्नोर करती हूँ फिर भी वो एक साउंड आता है. ओके cool start. So Hawthorne studies was closely done in line with scientific management. So the work context was while doing the Hawthorne studies, what they studied is the work context. The work context was an important element in determining like what is the best way to perform a job. So Hawthorne studies focused on a varying of elements, and they did a social, like they started studying like how the social context played a role in doing that work, or how your social environment is affecting the role of a worker, how the social environment is affecting the workers' output, or how it is affecting the attitude of those workers. And based on that, your Hawthorne studies also came up like understanding advanced version of understanding the jobs, and it included many of the interpersonal elements. The studies also found out that it is not only sufficient to study the tasks and duties that the worker perform. Like when we are performing a job, आपका ये मेरा job है, ये मेरा task है, ये मेरा duties है. There is something more than that. Like a job requires that every worker who is doing that job or a person who is doing that job has to interact with others. They have to interact with others, and that is considered as one of the part of job analysis. Like it is very essential that every worker must have an interpersonal relation with their colleagues. Jobs are considered to a very large, like in a very large context, they are like they are understood as the larger context of social relationship. They are not only not on a standalone entities. ऐसा कभी नहीं होता है. Like I know my job, so I focus on my job and I go home. Like my job is actually something which is related with my colleagues, like their job responsibilities, their job descriptions, their job specifications. Though as a job we are analyzing, as a job we are analysis, and we are putting it like एक individual जब वो job करता है, it has to deal with other individuals also. Job doesn't deal with other jobs, but then as an individual who is doing that job has to deal with other people to truly understand like how that work gets how the work has been getting done, or how the work gets done. The job analyst, like the person who will be doing the job analysis, they has to take into account like who the worker is interacting with, like who are the people, who is he interdependent on, is there any interdependence among the colleagues, is there any interdependence among the other workers, and what are the other social aspects of doing that job. This Hawthorne study is actually focused on the behavioral part of a job, or the behavioral part of how that worker is doing a job. Your scientific management focused on breaking down that job into different parts and then assigning one small part to the worker, so that they will be trained, and they will be they will be easily mastering that job, like they will be getting skilled from unskilled to they will be getting a skilled laborer position. So historical next is your organizations in the new millennium. Like today, what organizations are, there is an evolving work methods, there is a change in the organization structure. Today organization structures are much flatter than earlier it used to be. The reporting relationships is depending on how or whom to you're reporting. There is a global demand among the workers as the skill of the people are increasing, as the people are getting more skilled, as there is a like today jobs are mostly dependent on like demand, as well as jobs are dependent on changing technologies. So there is a global demand for the people. The most important part is now today there are knowledge workers. Today we will hardly find there will be any worker in any trade who would be kind of illiterate. Like whenever they are taking person for the job, the companies are matching the job requirements, the companies are matching the knowledge required, the companies are matching the skill and abilities required to the person who is having that knowledge, skill and abilities. So today all of you are knowledge workers, so it is very much essential. So the jobs has to be defined so that your knowledge, skills and abilities are perfectly matched with that of a job. Now this is a foundation of like job analysis is actually the foundation of all the HR practices. When I say foundation of HR practices is based on your job analysis, you can do your HR planning. Based on your job analysis, you can go for staffing, you can go for training, you can go for performance management, safety and health, rewards, employee relations, any kind of legal compliances that you would be doing. As I had said you time and again, it is job analysis, which we are like it is a systematic approach of analyzing that job. So when we are doing human resource planning, or when we are doing an organizational planning, it actually defines the need of labor needs in certain terms. Like it, when we talk about our HRP or human resource planning, it helps us, job analysis helps on defining the needs of that person, or defining the needs of the labor in concrete terms, and it also helps in coordinating the activities of the workforce. It clearly divides the duties and responsibilities among the people. Now next part, when we talk about staffing is nothing but your recruitment and selection. Now when we do job analysis, we have this like by indicating or by stating the specific requirement of each job, like what is the knowledge, what is the skill required. It actually provides a very realistic basis for hiring, or it is for training, or for placement, or for transfer of the or promotion of the people. Like basically the goal is to match the job requirements, और जो कि हमने जॉब एनालिसिस से निकाला है, with the workers aptitude, abilities and interest. It helps in charting the channels of promotion, and it shows that like if there is a transfer needed, or if it is a promotion needed, it makes the work much easier. Next is we talk about your I covered the training and performance part. Okay, there is another part which I have not mentioned. It is your compensation part, wage and salary administration, or the compensation part that we say about. Now, if you're indicating the qualifications that are required for doing a specified job, we also indicate the risk and hazards that are involved in its performance. Like if you have seen in mining, they have done a job analysis, and you know there is a higher risk, there is a higher hazard of people who are involved in mining. So if you'll see their compensation package, it is matched according to the risk and hazards that they take in their job. Like by risk and hazards, I like it helps in determine it helps in determining a salary. It helps in determining the compensation that the person who is doing that job. It is just job analysis is actually a foundation stone of job evaluation. Now next we talk about your safety and health. Safety and health is the example that I was giving you, like when it comes to mining or if you are in a core manufacturing, if you are working in a chemical industry, then when you do a job analysis, you have to understand what is the safety needs that has to be taken into consideration, or what are the health concerns when you are taking people, what are the health concerns you would be focusing on. So safety and health analysis is one of those part of job analysis. Next one is your legal compliances. Legal compliances depends on your all the acts and laws that um, the government focuses, or all the acts and laws that the government frames for the companies. Next one is your employee relations, is your industrial relations that I'm talking about. Industrial relations is basically like managing the relations between employee employer. Then you talk about your rewards is a part of compensation. Rewards is a part of compensation. When you do a job analysis, you just match what is the compensation, what is the reward that you will be giving to the people. Now moving to the next part. Okay, this is what I was talking about, which is given in a very detailed manner, that is for you to study. Now what are the information that are collected when we are doing a job analysis? We collect data, we collect data about the people, we collect data about the things. Then we talk about tasks or job function, like what gets done in the job, what are the essential functions, what is the scope of responsibility, like whom is going to report to, what is the supervision that is needed, and what is the supervision that will be provided, what tools and equipments are needed to perform a job. Next, we talk about the work context and the environment. Like if it is a physical environment, we see whether there are any hazardous situation, any risk involved, or any kind of discomfort. And then we see what will be the work schedule, whether it will be 8 hours or 8 hours a day, whether it will be 9 hours a day, or it will be from some of the days, whether any kind of travel required in that job. Then we talk about your social and relationship factors, whether it will be a social contacts, the job involve any kind of social contacts. For example, if you talk about any kind of marketing kind of job, it involves a higher social context. That's how, like if you are talking about a social relationship factors, what is the nature of social contacts, what will be the label of social contact, then what will be the decision making authority, like whether you would be given a chance of doing a decision on the spot, or whether you have to report that particular thing to your supervisor and wait for the decision that has to be made, or whether you have that authority of carrying on the work, taking a risk and bearing all its consequences of taking the decision. Next, we talk about your personal and physical demands of the job, like whether you will be standing, sitting, reaching, lift, and walk. The best example of personal and physical demands of a job is when you are recruiting for Army, Air Force. When you are recruiting for Army, Air Force, or Navy, then your knowledge, skill, and ability required to perform a job, it is your education, it is your experience, and the next one is certification, that is desired. Certification is that MOOCA course that you people would we are suggesting. Certificate, do you have any kind of extra certification, any kind of license that is required? Like for architects, they have to perform their job, they have to need a license. For doctors, they need to, if they need to practice, they need to have a license. So certification is like extra skill set that you are achieving. Licenses are given on the basis of your qualifications. Methods of job analysis. How are we going to conduct the methods of job analysis? There are variety of methods of conducting a job analysis. The first one is your observation method. Observation method is as simple as the name has been given. Like what? After some time. Just a second, guys. Sorry. So methods of job evaluation, the first one is your observation method. So when I say observation method, it is like very particularly useful in jobs that are like that have a very observable physical activity. Physical activity matlab mechanic as you can say. Like here you have to observe the worker on the job who is completing an work cycle. जो कि work cycle complete कर रहा है, we have to totally observe that job. Like here notes are to be taken regarding how that worker is performing the job and what are the activities that he had done in that job, like pura work cycle mein what are the work activities he had done. And the next stage is you are now interviewing the worker and you are getting additional information like what additional things he has used while completing the job. So here it is a very direct method of getting. It is called as your observation method. Next one is your interview method. Interview method is where you are interviewing, either if it is an individual whom you are interviewing or a group of employees you are interviewing who are doing the job, so that you get a broad angle of understanding that job. As I had said, it is a two-way of doing a job analysis. One is your individual interview. Second one is your supervisor interview. Supervisor is where you are interviewing the supervisor who is very much thorough in that job and who is quite knowledgeable how that job has to be performed. So when you interview an individual or a group of workers who are doing at a job, you are getting a detailed information about that job, and you are also getting extra additional information about the job when you are interviewing the supervisor who is actually supervising that people. Next is your daily method. Daily method is where you have to totally, it is also another method of your observation. It is another method where they have to maintain records, like daily they have to maintain records how they are going to do that job. It is otherwise called as maintenance of long records. Like the workers, they have to keep a daily record of the list of activities that they are doing, and for every activity they have to record what activity is given to them and how they are planning to finish it. After finishing that activity, they have to mention whether they have gone by that complete set of rules or any deviation if that had happened. If any deviation has happened, if how they have changed that deviation or how they have changed it accordingly. This actually maintenance of long record provides it provides a very comprehensive job information, and it is very much useful, and it is very much useful, and it is supplemented to the job interviews when you are interviewing the person, interviewing that worker in terms of like how you have done that job. Who is joining right now? Let him join. So what I was talking about, maintenance of this daily method where they maintain and यही होता है, मैं भूल जाती हूँ. If their workers are maintaining and keeping a daily record or list of activities, this is like it provides a comprehensive job information, and it is helpful, or it supplements the subsequent interviews. Next we talk about is your technical conference method. Technical conference method is where a group of experts actually tell how a group of experts actually discuss, and they give views about how this particular job has to be done, and based on description we come out with a situation, we come out with the best alternative that is that has to be done. Then we talk about your functional job analysis. Let's keep it aside. We are not going to discuss about functional job analysis now. Then we have a job inventories or a checklist method. Checklist मतलब वो steps लिखा दिया जाता है, and while performing that job you have to tick, like this is how you have gone by, एक tick tick करके जाते हो, तो this is like we have completed the job. Next one is your job performance method. Job performance method is how the management lays down a rule like how that job has to be done. That is called as a job performance method. It is according to that rules and regulation, every employee has to follow and do it accordingly. Then we have an individual psychographic method. Let us keep it aside. Then we have a job analysis by test. Test is like where we have a written questionnaire, open-ended questionnaire where we ask questions and give it to an employee to perform, so that we know like how much he knows about performing a job and like how he understands that job. ऐसे ओपन एंडेड क्वेश्चन करके हम देते हैं. नेक्स्ट वन इज योर मोशन स्टडी, टाइम एंड मोशन स्टडी करके लाइक वी ऑब्जर्व व्हाट इज द टाइम रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ कंप्लीटिंग दैट जॉब, what is the how much motions are done. Motions मतलब how much he has work कितने टाइप में वो कंप्लीट किया है जो हम बोलते हैं. So how much motions that he has taken to complete a job, whether it has been and what is the time it has been taken, whether there is any delay in any process. वैसे करके हम we study the motions motion study, time and motion study करके बोलते हैं. Next is next is this what I am talking about. This is the job analysis questionnaire. Types of job analysis question. Sorry. Types of job analysis questionnaire. This is actually one scientific method where we are doing where we are collecting the data. When we had studied about the questionnaire, this is how actually the data is collected. As you can see, there are 4 main questionnaires given. As you see, there are 4 main questionnaires given. Those 4 main questionnaires are all scientific way of collecting data for that job analysis. The first one is your job related questionnaire. So when we talk about a job related questionnaire, साइन चाहिए मेरा, साइन करती हूँ, ना दीजिए कर देते. Sorry. The first one is your job related questionnaire. The first one is your job related questionnaire. In case of a job related questionnaire, this is a questionnaire that is prepared and all of the questions are asked regarding the data that is covering the job elements and the job complexity, and then analysis is done on the basis of your job performance requirement. I repeat again, when there are questions which is questions that ask for data regarding your all kinds of job elements and what is the job complexity, and the analysis is done on the basis of job performance requirement. This is a very scientific way of collecting data for job analysis. This is called as job related questionnaire. The next one that we talk about is your position analysis questionnaire. Like this type of questionnaire, they cover 6 major areas, like what is the type and nature and what is the source of information, what is the mental process that is applied in performance, what are the physical activities that has to be involved in performing that job, what is the relationship that every worker has in terms of dependence or interdependence in terms of other jobs, what is the work environment required, like what is the culture that is prevailing so that this job will be well done, and other kind of relevant information for improving the job performance. This position analysis questionnaire is one such questionnaire which is actually followed by many of the Indian organizations. There is another called as your MPDQ, that is your management position description questionnaire. These are actually used, this type of questionnaires are used to, and they are designed to analyze any kind of managerial jobs. Therefore, whatever questions are framed in this questionnaire, they aimed at collecting possible information from the managers or executives. Like they have to examine so that the importance of the job is examined, like it is very significant to the organization or to the position, and the desired responsibilities and accountabilities of that job is brought out forward by MDPQ. MDPQ is actually one such questionnaire which is ज्यादातर ना जितने भी IIMs है ना, they design this MPDQ. And then we have this FJAQ. This is your functional job analysis questionnaire. It is very much a worker oriented questionnaire. Here questions are designed accordingly so that information can be taken out from the worker on the job that the worker is performing, or any similar kind of job, or in any when we are doing, like suppose we are in a manufacturing, suppose in an automobile industry, a particular segment of worker targeted in one automobile company. Similarly, if you are using functional job analysis questionnaire, we are targeting the same category of employees in another automobile company. As इसका जो नाम है functional job analysis, मतलब suppose there is a manager, suppose there is an employee in the grade of E2. E2 of this company, automobile company X, is a sample. Similarly, E2 of another automobile company Y, E2 of another automobile company Z is also a sample of this functional job questionnaire. It depends like on a certain function, एक certain function का how they are performing, what is the job descriptions. Okay, shall I stop here? I have some additional informations to give you in regard to this. Like what are the uses of this job analysis? These are very much useful in forecasting of the human resources that will be available in the organization. This is very much essential for recruiting purposes, and it gives information on what is the personal qualifications required to do a job, what is the personal qualifications required to do that job related behavior, what are the professional qualifications that are required to be on that job. Then this job analysis actually helps in placing the right person on the right job. Job analysis is a foundation of job evaluation. When we are doing job evaluation, we are actually seeing what is the job description, what is the job specification. Based on that, we are evaluating the job, and we are putting a compensation, or we are putting a price tag on that job. Now it also provides, this job analysis also provides information to the management for training and development programs. It establishes clear-cut standards. It establishes clear-cut standards for the development of performance appraisal system. Now, when we talk about the safety angle, it is like we objectively have to look after what are the hazards associated with the while dealing with machines, heavy machines. We have to also look after what are the hazards that has to be dealt with when we are handling tools, as well as if it is a type of factory like glass factory, like chemical factory, like what are the hazardous situation that these employees have to work on. And it also helps in redesigning a job, as it helps in matching the mental makeup of the employees with that job. So job analysis का जो major first introduction part था I covered. The second part is where we talk about your job descriptions and job evaluation, जो कि हमने पहले start किया था with job analysis of the job description and job specification. Job analysis has two parts. Those two parts are known as your job specification, which specifies the requirement of a job. When I say specifies the requirement of a job, is like what qualifications, what qualifications are required, what is the knowledge, what is the experience. And when we talk about job description is more about like describing what are the requirements that has to be done, or what are the how that job has to be done, what are the expected things in that job that has to be performed. That is what your job description is all about. Now, when I talk about coming back and talking about your job specifications, Job specifications. Job specifications basically, includes all kind of job related data, which is very much useful for advertising that job and to attract a certain pool of talent. For example, if we require mechanical engineers for a particular company, so we are specifying over here is that we require someone who is in a bachelor, who has a bachelor's degree in mechanics or mechanical engineering, or who is securing 60% of marks as job specifications requirement. Suppose there is an experienced person who is required, we are expecting candidates from 6 to 7 years of experience. That is what your job specification is. It totally what do you say, it is totally a statement, a written statement, where it deals with all the educational qualifications, the specific qualities that are required with your label of experience. And it also sees the physical, emotional, and technical and communication skills that are required to perform that job. And it also involved other sensory demands, like it also includes the general health, the mental health, the intelligence, the aptitude, the memory, your leadership skills, your emotional ability, your adaptability to certain situations, flexibility. Just like if you have gone to any bank interviews, particularly public sector bank interviews, that there is a one definite question that they ask you. Being a public sector bank, we are into different parts of India. We are basically focusing on the rural part of India. You, from someone who is bring from the city, how you are going to adapt to the rural life? This is one such question that they ask in your interview. So that is what your job specification is. There it helps actually the candidates to analyze whether they are eligible to apply for that job, or whether they are not eligible to apply, they are not at all eligible for that job. Now, when I talk about job description, as I had said, like it is totally related with the job. It has nothing to do with the person who is doing the job. Rather, it is a person who will be seeing the job description. We are fitting that person with the job description and in the job. Like job description is basically job related data, like specific data, where that what is the nature of that job, what are the objectives of that job, basically the summary of that job, like what are the tasks and duties one is expected to perform while under doing this job, or what are the working conditions, or what are the machine tools, equipments that one person will be dealing with. So this is what your job description is. There is a difference between this job description and specification. I hope by this time you would have understood what is the difference between job description and specification. Specification is actually the skills, knowledge, ability of that person, skills, knowledge, ability that are required to do that particular job, whereas job description is actually the basic job related data, the job summary, the nature, the objectives of a job that that person will be performing. So so this is how it goes about, like two parts of job description and job specification. The next part is your job evaluation, where we are evaluating the job. We have additional two methods such as something called as your job enlargement and job enhancement, that I will be saying in the next class. There are too much of distractions today. There are too much of distractions today. I request you people, it's just an honest request from my side. Kindly join the class in between first 5 minutes. Do not go on joining every time like 10:45, 10:30, 10:20. That is not a time to join the class. You are actually like somebody who gets prepared to take a class. When you are continuously joining, one is getting disturbed over here. Like I'm losing a track, and somewhere when I'm losing a track, I'm not coming back on track or not able to focus. So it's just a request. And not only in my class, in everyone's class also, do not try to join at 10:15, 10:20, 10:30. आपको जो टाइम दिया जाता है within 5-10 minutes अगर ज्वाइन करना है तो ज्वाइन कर लीजिए. बार बार ऐसे बहुत लेट करके ज्वाइन मत कीजिए. I do not know whether you people are there on the other side or not, but somebody who is taking a class, it requires a very large effort in delivering for a 40 to 45 minutes in a class. which you people have not experienced, but when you will experience, you will understand how difficult it is. Don't go on joining at any time, at any hour you feel like joining. If you do not want to be in a class, no worries, do not be in a class. You can complete it yourself. Very well for you, good for you. Do it yourself. Please do not join and interrupt classes. It is very irritating when people join in the class very late. I hope you will keep this in mind and you'll stop disturbing after. If my class is at 10 o'clock, you'll stop disturbing me by 10, 10, 5, 10, 10, you would be joining. After that, please do not come to my class. I will not entertain this. Okay, so with a lot many of disturbances today, anyhow, I think I have delivered you with your job. I have delivered you about your job analysis. Any doubts in that?
No, ma'am. Got it.
Any?
No, ma'am.
Okay,